Alright, what's up, y'all? We're back. So if you take a look at that material right there, that's some sheetrock. Now, I checked in the forecast before I left the house. It's actually supposed to drizzle for a little while, and then for the rest of the day we're supposed to get just immense thunderstorms, like all day. Like I'm guessing pretty much for everywhere that I'm gonna be. So I pull up to one of my shipping locations and I tell the guy that's supposed to be loading me to basically call the customer and make sure that they want the sheetrock in the rain. He's like, well, it's wrapped, so what does it matter? I'm like, you don't understand that the spray from the road will creep underneath that plastic and it'll soak the sheetrock. Mind you, I got here at about 6 o'clock. And they're not supposed to call customers too early for whatever reason. You know, I can tell you the reason that they give me, but it doesn't even matter at this point. So I'm like, I would prefer you to call the customer because that order is going to be the second to last order that's supposed to go out today. I have an over 200-mile route for my local run today. And he said, well, he's one of our major contractors. He should know the weather. I'm like, yeah, all that sounds good. All that sounds great. But I still think that you should call the customer so that we can prevent the customer being more aggravated that not only did he get his order so late in the day, but also that it's not going to be dry. It's going to be all soaked sheetrock. And he's just like, well, I would still send it. I'm like, you know what? I would call a manager to have the manager make that decision for us. Because I'm not going to refuse the delivery. If you want me to take it, I'm going to take it. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be responsible for the sheetrock and it falling apart and your customer still being upset. So I guess he got with the manager. Maybe the manager must have told him to call the customer because he came back outside. He was like, yeah, customer doesn't want it. I'm like, oh, really? Why is that? And he's just like, because he's not going to be there to have time to bring the material inside the house. I'm like, okay, what does that matter? And he's like, well, I guess it's because it's going to be raining today. I'm like, oh, what does the rain have anything to do with anything? And I was just like, are you saying because it might get wet that you're not going to send it? Because a second ago you were saying that the customer should know that it's going to rain. And the point that I was trying to make, and I explained to the guy, I said, this is the part where you apologize for being wrong and the driver just saving you a headache for you guys trying to send out material that can be compromised due to weather. And he's like, oh, no. You know what? I would go throw myself in the dumpster before I will admit that I'm wrong. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So, shout out to Equipment and Contracting Magazine for allowing me to make this video. I do appreciate the collab. That was my story time for today. If you guys like the content, please consider subscribing. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you go check out their page, Equipment and Contracting Magazine. The people over there are really cool. They're very helpful, very informative. Check them out. I do appreciate y'all. I got to get back to doing what I got to do. I got to do my logs real quick and then hit the road, Jack. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you all so much for watching. Later.